Hello and welcome. My name is David. In today's lesson, we will learn about the Mafia in Las Vegas. Vegas today, a booming city with a population of over 2 million people. Over 100 casinos operate in Las Vegas, earning about $9.6 billion in revenue annually. A family-oriented spot with over 40 million annual tourists. However, Vegas has a dark past, a past tied to organized crime, corruption, and illegal activities. Our story begins in the 1940s. Back then, Las Vegas was a dirty little town of about 20,000 people. It was not an attractive place to do business or live. The state of Nevada had already legalized gambling in 1931, but no one really took much interest. In 1945, famed New York mobster Benjamin Bugsy Siegel moved into town. He was heavily involved in gambling and horse race betting, so naturally he was attracted to Vegas. The first Mafia-owned casino on the Vegas Strip was the Flamingo. However, the Mafia did not start it. An investor named Billy Wilkerson had started the project with a grand vision of opening the first luxurious hotel casino in the middle of the Nevada desert. However, Wilkerson ran into trouble when he underestimated the cost of construction. Soon he was drowning in debt and was scrambling to find a partner who could help finance his dream hotel. Luckily for him, or more accurately, unlucky for him, Bugsy Siegel was glad to help. Siegel told his Mafia friends about the great potential in Las Vegas and invited them to come and invest in his new casino enterprise, which they did. Bugsy got his nickname Bugsy for being hot-headed and quick to anger. With the rising cost of the Flamingo, Siegel gave Wilkerson, so to speak, an offer he can't refuse, i.e., sell me your part in the casino or you die. This gave the mob complete control over the resort. The Flamingo opened its doors on December 26, 1946. Bugsy and friends were optimistic about success, but after the first year, the casino had produced zero income and the Mafia investors were getting a bit uneasy with Siegel. In 1947, in a big mob conference in Cuba, famed Mafia boss Mayor Lansky declared that Siegel and his girlfriend were skimming profits of the Flamingo and that they need to get rid of him. While hanging out in his girlfriend's apartment in Los Angeles, Bugsy Siegel was assassinated. After Siegel's murder, Mayor Lansky ran the Flamingo. He was able to turn it around and make millions in profit. This led to other Mafia families getting involved in the action. By the 1950s, the Chicago crime family had also joined the New York City families in Las Vegas. The Chicago family ran three major casinos, the Stardust, the Desert Inn, and the Riviera. In the 1960s, they added the Fremont, Golden Nugget, and the Sahara casinos, making them the most dominant mob family in Vegas. During this era, Vegas saw a lot of growth. This led to several more mob families getting involved in the casino business. Concerns grew over competition. A deal was agreed upon by the different families to give each one an interlocking share in the other's casino. This was a good time for the Mafia, and everyone made loads of money in Vegas. And when you have lots of money, you kind of want more money. The mob began a campaign called skimming, i.e., taking money directly from the casino counting rooms before their accountant could record all the revenue and let the taxman take his slice. Couriers would take loads of cash every day to Mafia headquarters across the country. The most powerful mob family in Las Vegas was the Chicago family. In 1971, they sent tough guy Tony Spilotro to manage the skim, i.e., keep the money flowing and keep the counters from stealing from the skim. Spilotro was only 5'5", but not someone you'd want to cross. Back in Chicago, he brutally tortured a guy with an ice pick to within an inch of his life. Looking to make his own fortunes, Tony took to loan sharking, based on Chicago Mafia rules. Miss one payment, you get the baseball bat. Miss two payments, bullet. He based his operations in a jewelry and gift shop which he owned at the Circus Hotel, which is cool because I stayed there as a kid once on a family vacation. In 1973, he was put on trial for a murder he committed back in Chicago. It didn't look good for Spilotro. The FBI had piled a lot of evidence against him, but he was unfazed. He then surprised everyone with an alibi. His brother John claimed that they were furniture shopping that day. They even brought employees from the store to testify that even though 10 years had passed, they distinctly remember him. Wow, they must have really good memory. The jury acquitted Tony of all charges. Anyway, after the trial ended, Spilotro returned to Las Vegas. He set up a new front for his activities, the Gold Rush jewelry store. He then assembled a team of professional burglars from across the country. They were nicknamed the Hole in the Wall Gang because they would blow holes in the wall and ceiling to avoid burglar alarms. He would then sell the stolen jewelry in his store. He used fear and money to keep the police away. Local politicians got campaign donations from casinos, so they were generously encouraged to look the other way. Tony was getting bolder and more aggressive. In 1974, the Los Angeles Times reported that in the 3 years Spilaccio had been in Las Vegas, more gangland-style murders had been committed there than in the past 25 years combined. The local FBI department was determined to bring him down. They brought in reinforcements to help. At one point, they were able to get hold of an informant with vital information to put Spilaccio behind bars. Unfortunately, days later, they find him dead in his pool, riddled with bullets. The FBI persisted in their attempts to get him indicted. They even bugged his office in the Gold Rush jewelry store. After years of the FBI hounding him, at the end it was his former bosses that took him out. The Chicago Mafia bosses were scared that Spilaccio would crack and agreed to rat them out for a lighter sentence, so they had him and his younger brother beaten to death and buried in a cornfield in Indiana. Nowadays, Las Vegas is a fun, family-oriented vacation destination that is free of organized crime. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed my video, please like it, and don't forget to subscribe for more top-notch content.